Ad Astra Avisosk.
Hi, Catherine! Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academy.
Wait.
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time.
Hey, that's not any better.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the mercenaries will have.
Paimon's gotta ask.
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't... Ah! So it's Nahida! Paimon just knew Catherine when it... From when? So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways. And I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zerus Festival. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City... I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Varus, the Knight of Flowers, raised... You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zerus Festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where... Huh? Wasn't I describing a real... No! We aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any... Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation, but for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the... Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the Sage's activities. Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurer. Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can invest? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But I've already tried that. But all the key members of the Academia, even the core... It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Have you already caught the Sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect... In any case, I probably... No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent... Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. That's a good point. Spoken like the god of submission. We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them. After all, every person in Are we really out of it? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind. According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick. Well... I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the lead, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided... You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and Actually, I already have someone in mind. Setaria. Paimon remembers now. We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zerus Festival repeated itself. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she... I've always liked observing all kinds of people. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special... Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like... The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone... Later on, she was chosen by the sun. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun's... The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, but in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes. From the sound of it, Setaria's just hung up on the research opportunity, but she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will She's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, from my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the academia. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a... This should be Setaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune? No, I already have enough information on Setaria. The most important thing... Talking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your... The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between my...
Huh? Really?
Shh! My friend here has...
Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite...
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling...
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health prospects. Oh. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for... Many... Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination?
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably...
I admit that the orientation of today...
Is that so?
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit...
Is this another one of Setaria's favorite stalls? Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helps Setaria a lot when I start talking with him. Listen carefully.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically...
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild?
Speaking of, where did you learn this?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but after that I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although...
That's nice. You're making a living doing some...
So is your father's...
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora overall...
I see. We wish him peace and happiness. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods.
No problem. Rest easy, all are good.
This should be our final stop. Setaria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. Nahida, you've really thought... It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh?
If I recall, you were having a discussion.
Ah, that's right. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the rest.
What an admirable spirit for learning.
Sure.
So this restaurant has a basement as well?
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for...
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well,
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it...
So, was that everybody?
3 familiar faces should be enough.
What's the point of all the information we've collected?
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems. So we must... I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming... Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft...
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the... Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So...
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely... But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances...
So, you mean you're going to possess...
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our... As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will...
Exactly. So, best of luck with...
Huh? Best of luck? But...
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as...
Huh. That is pretty convenient.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good...
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people...
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Bill.
Here she comes. Sataria's here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you.
Paimon's starting to feel... Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a high...
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me is a very different... are you still
Oh,
Of course I'm listening. You were...
Okay then. You just seemed a little... strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they?
So, which fortune do...
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you,
A mess?
well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish?
I hear you. No problem at all.
Sorry, your new laugh is just so hilarious.
Oh, please, the gods are asking. Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home?
Sataria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the god. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking...
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer.
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his... I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Whoa! She just ran off in a hurry. Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Aw, Nahida, it seems like all I know are some abstract Haravatot theories. And in any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them. Anyway, enough of that. Let's...
He's out of Keem's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away!
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. Actually, while we're talking about him,
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
if you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, Faith in... He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert. Yet you...
Akeem! You don't mean... You've...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this!
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to remind...
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan!
So, Shishan, have you, like, As if someone was trying to preach to you.
Oh, right. Speaking, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be a.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never...
Gee, Sean, don't tell me that you've converted to.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed?
Please, please stop!
Even now, Satari is still trying to run from her problems.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards.
This is the most important part of all.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead.
Miss Sataria, nothing.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him, you must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part, but no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it,
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides,
how do you know me so well? Are you...
that's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia, and if you could provide some assistance in this matter.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be of... Please tell me, what can I do?
How much do you know about this?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what... But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only... I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city.
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there...
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the One thing, though. I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get... let me see...
Let the Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be...
Don't worry about that. I assure you. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again.
All right, I trust you.
So,
That'll depend on the judgment of the...
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, I'll...
pray. But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you?
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars.
Catherine, we're here! Oh,
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
shh. We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that if something were to happen, my existence may... After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm...
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. Of course it's...
No, I think she's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not...
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us... What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is the Hida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Satari, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds... yeah. Now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the act. But what are the Fatui after this time? Yeah, things would be a lot easier. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't... you mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when... Even though he turned it down at the time, There's no time to lose. Let's go to